Alright, I was browsing the Xentex forums and I found something easy I think that should be um, cool to program in, we'll say Maxscript. This model is already converted by this guy, Shay Cote, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He basically posts on every like request when someone's like, oh, how do I get this model? He's like, here, use this. This mess extractor is a little tool that he made. You basically just key in the buffer addresses, and then just I think it tries to read the buffer size. So I mean, um, if you were adequately trained or shown how this thing works, then you can do the same thing that he does pretty easily. Then you get your model that way. But it would be designed for a single file use, and you would just, if you had like a bunch of files from one game, it would be obviously not too great, because then you would have to check the file each time to find the proper offsets, and that's not really ideal. But every time somebody says, oh, can you get the model of this file, he pretty much snipes it. This is just weird because this guy's like asking, hi, no, wait, hey guys, I have a Higgs file that, what am I saying? Higgs model file from the game Monopoly, Steam version by Spirasoft, and I don't know how to open that file format. Gnosis can't read that file format. It's 100% a model file because the name of the folder called models. I am trying to open this file with a hex editor. I guess that must be the name of the hex editor. And I am found some strings like HD3G at the head, root, so on. I am try to searching for this file extension, but I found only HGS equals Harvard graphics, but I don't know if it's the right keyword for that. About the game files and folder structure, I believe some HGS files contain animations too. Can someone help me, please? I am searching for a few days for that, and it's hard to find about that. Best regards. Okay, so yeah, it just bugs me when someone just uploads one file. I think it's one file. We're gonna find out. Yeah, here it is. Is it? Yeah, it's one file. Oh, you people slay me. Please upload more than one sample. Okay, so with one sample, I can't do anything more than what Shay did over here. Basically, it's impossible for me to identify patterns. I can just basically say that this data appeared at this address. So if I have two files, I can say, oh, look, from this file to the second file, it changed addresses. So yeah, so there must be some special way of finding the data. So what I'm going to be doing is no better than what Shay did here. Is I'm just going to say, oh, look, there's data here. It just must be here every time because they only have one sample to work from. So yeah, please upload more than one sample. Jeez. So yeah, we're going to go through it, and I guess we're going to get out of this more. It's not the reversing part of it, but I guess the programming aspect of it for Maxscript. Now, it's just not Maxscript. You can get these programming principles and use them or apply them in other programming languages. So, yeah. What am I waiting for right now? Oh, right. Okay. So, I usually just start with a template, and I just fill the template out. It's just quicker. So, open Maxscript template, save my template, desktop, HGS, put it there. And so what I want to do is just put the fixed path of the file here, so I don't have to worry about doing any kind of fancy stuff. Well, actually, it's right here. So if you wanted to open it up in the browser, you could. But anyway, we have to / these for Maxscript. Okay, so I have a build operation. We're going to skip that for now. This is our read operation, or sorry, I keep saying operation, I mean function. So we're going to read the file, and that's pretty much it. So this is just basically going to tell me if it read, and so we got, it read the file, so that's good. Tells me that I typed in the right file, which is nice. I'm going to put this into the hex editor, and what we got going on here is, okay, so, okay, this is, what is this? It looks like it's compressed or something. Oh, okay, maybe those are floats. Okay, so what we got going on here? So we got the header, HD3D, great. Some sort of value. I'm assuming that's the value 1. I'm assuming that's probably the size. So we got 81082. Should be writing this stuff down. Long is the file ID. Short, I don't know. I said shirt. That's awesome. Okay. Short. Long, don't know. Long, file size. Next is 26. We have a count of some sort. So the count might relate to data structures or something like that, probably. Okay, we have the same count. Okay, so now we have a blank and some weird stuff here. So what's this weird stuff? Okay, so we can say long again. This does not look like a long value. I have no idea what it is. Looks like it starts to continue out here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that might be a long there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well. Okay, so let's say this one short is unknown. So short, unknown, and then long, unknown, and long, unknown. Ow. Okay, so that means that the first short, I don't know what that means, 314. Was it like pi? And then we got a long there, we got another long there, and it's another short. And that's another long, and another long. So that's this long here, this is this long here. And then we have probably another long, which is there. A bunch of stuff. Okay, this is probably another long value. Okay, this thing that seems to be here, I think this is a vertex buffer. I had to guess. Usually there's some kind of pattern to it, but I don't see any sort of pattern. Maybe it's not a vertex buffer. Let's see. Let's go to the top. So I like to go back and forth with the column size and look for patterns. Looks like there is some sort of pattern here, but I'd have to say that it doesn't look like repeating patterns. Looks like it would be random and like just by chance it kind of has a pattern. Okay, so there's very clearly up here a repeating pattern, probably double the current size. So let's say there's a 40, there's a 56. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's the pattern there. So we're dealing with 56. So what's 56 in hexadecimal? So 56 in hex, it's in 38. There is no 38 up in here. Yeah. So I don't think we're given the, I don't believe we're given the, the size. But you could say it may be a fixed size. So we'll just key that in there. What did I say it was again? Wait, what's the size again? I forgot already. Wow, okay, it's 56. So we'll just cut this off. We'll just say table 1, 56 bytes. Now, oh, man, okay. So what am I looking for that? Because I want to read it and I want to know where it starts. So you could say it starts from here, which case are these floats? Yeah, this looks like a float, saying that there is negative 1 to the power of, or no, it's 1.58 to the negative power of 1 is how you pronounce it, I think. So that would make it 0.158, so forth. That looks like a valid number. If we go down the column, we would want to look at numbers that look kind of the same, and they don't really look the same, so these are maybe positions. And then before this, we get a count. Yeah. So now let me just go back a little bit more, because I did not finish filling that stuff out. So let's see here. So where did I leave off? I had a short, a long, another short, a long, and then I think I stopped. So this looks like another long. So long. I guess we could just cheat and go long. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So this, wait a minute, where was I again? So after the short, there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 after that. Seems okay. Alright, so that would be the header. Okay, and this would be the table 1, which we don't really know what it is yet. But I mean, it could be everything from vertices to tangents to whatever. We don't really know what it is. We want to know what the size is. Usually I just trail it to the end of where the pattern cuts off. So you can see a lot of 3E's, 3D's, 3F's, 3E's. It's kind of typical of the float type. And eventually it should come down to a halt. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Came down to a halt. And I would say this is pretty much it. So this is the size over here. I'll usually convert it to decimal, and then I'll divide it by some amount. So we'll say divide by, I think it was 56. And we get somewhere around 976 or something like this. So we're looking for a value that reflects around 900 or something, or like this. We might not find anything, but we'll look. Okay, so let's look here. So this is, okay, what was times 56? Okay, so this, ironically, this looks like the size. Yeah. So we could probably say that this last one was actually the buffer size. And then going back from that, after the short, we had 1, 2. The second one, it actually looks like the count. Or actually, you know what? What was this? It was divide by 56. Okay, so this is actually the count here. Yeah, right after the first short. I mean, this thing here. So this is what I think is the vertex count. Okay, and then after we get past that, it would have been, I think this is just probably a buffer. So we're looking for the construction of the polygons or the primitives. So it looks like we have something forming here. Okay, so I'll just return the column back to 16 so I can fit it on my screen. Sometimes this thing glitches out. Where am I? Okay, I got lost. Okay, so this is, okay. Yeah, so this is where we stopped, which is here. Now we can check the address here. We got D4C0. and that value is 24464. So we might find that value up in here, and that might actually be an address. Now, if it was an address, then there should have been an address for this one, in which case, I guess this would have been the first address. What is this thing? Oh, icon's gone. Messed up. Anyway, so we would look for something that's 42. I don't see any 42 here, so it's probably likely that there's no addresses in there, and it just kind of kind of just goes in a sequence or an order, which is fine. So now we're looking at the polygon. So this must be a polygon. So remember, we got that small number of 26. So this might be 26, polygons or whatever. Now, let's see how this thing's going to play out. We have like a subheader, and then obviously this is rolled into polygons. And I'm not really sure the polygons start from. We could say that the polygons start from here because of the way it starts. You have 0, 1, 2. Then this is weird where it goes 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's honestly kind of weird. So maybe it starts here. It's hard to say. Now this first value, it might actually be a size. It looks like a size. Okay, so let's leap. Let's leap forward by that size. Okay, so that's definitely not a size. Yeah, definitely not a size. It's too big to be a size. Okay. Weird. I have no idea what that is. This looks like a transform of some sort. We have 16, that's material number. We have a length, that's the string. Some other random values in there. Look at the faces. Okay, we'll try and look for the basics. So we're trying to look for the length of the of this thing. Looks like we stop abruptly here, and I don't actually think these are. Okay, these are bones. Yeah. Those are bones. Does that mean... Yeah, we look like materials. This stuff, I don't know if those are vertex buffers or not. They kind of look like vertex buffers. But if they were vertex buffers, then what I would expect to see is a name in between and then more skeleton information and face information, but that's not the case. So I'm not really sure what this is, but these things repeat. Okay, so it looks like there's one vertex buffer and one object buffer, as far as I can tell. I mean, like, not object, but I mean polygon buffer. So I mean, it looks like we can only build one object at this point. Okay, I think we're at enough point where we can try to import geometry. There's bones there and stuff. I mean, like, who cares about that stuff? So what we'll do is we will make the header structure there. So this will be called the struct header. Actually, this is HGS. HGS header. And basically this is already mapped out for us. We just put that in there. And this thing doesn't take variable types, so we can just remove those. And this will just be unknown. Unknown. File size. Count 1. Count 2. Unknown 3. Unknown 4. Oops. Unknown whatever, 5, unknown 6, unknown 7. This is the vertex count. I don't know what that is. That's 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. So what this tells me is this stuff probably also tells us the, oops, This tells us probably a bunch of other stuff about the polygon buffer, so I might check it out later. Okay, so we have to give this like initialization, I guess. And we have to separate this by comma. And I'll be adding a initialization function int struct. We'll supply it with a file number. We'll do some stuff. So basically we're just going to take this stuff. Oops. Put that stuff into there. And copy that into there. I should have to do that. Okay, I'm just going to move this over here so I can read it. This will be read long file. Oh, file. Oh, oh, file unsigned. Okay, so this will be just we'll just put this on all of them. And I think 3 of those were actually shorts. So I mean, before the vertex count, there was a short. Alright, so that's a short, and then there's another short 2 above this, and another short right after the file. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so that should initialize our structure there. Yeah. So what I can do is I can go in here and I can put our header equals HGS header, and then once I actually read the file, we can say initialize the structure, and now that should be up in there. So this when we run it, it says 3A, so that we should be sitting. 3A would be here. It looks like I'm off by 1 long. That's not good. Okay, we just print the vertex count. Print HS. Oh, what is this thing? Oh yeah, header dot. Yeah. So we get 9. Okay, so that's correct. I feel disinclined to figure that out. So we'll just, you know what, we'll just add another one in there. Let's not worry about it. Oh, I see what I did there. Yeah, okay, so this is the one I forgot. There we go, okay. So yeah, now we're at 3E, which is now correct. There we go. Awesome. So that would be the first buffer position. So we can either read the buffer or just not read the buffer, doesn't really matter. No, we could read the buffer, who cares? So for I equals 1 to hdr dot vertex. Wait, what did I call it? Yeah, vertex count. Count do the following. Now we gotta make sure that we're moving in the correct amount. So I'm gonna make another variable called p, and p will equal the current position plus 56, and at the end of the file we will seek the file to p and set our cursor at that position, so we can do whatever we want while staying in alignment. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out what all this stuff is. So I'll make a vertex or a vert array, and we can initialize the array by using this value. So we can go like this, equals. Okay, so now we initialize the array, then we can go like this. So we can go I equals, and then go equals read float f. Have that a couple times. And once it's done reading, we'll send it to my already pre-made function to what is this? What do I need? Verts. So vert array, and t-verts don't matter and faces don't matter. So we'll just say this stuff that involves textual coordinates we'll just disable, or actually, yeah, whatever, take that off. Build texture verts, no. Vert to a polymesh, and that should do it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, so the only thing that's not there is we want to delete everything on the screen. Alright, so when I run this, the only thing that's on the screen should be the positions that we got from the first 3 positions. Now, what is that? That does not look like anything logical. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Okay. So this doesn't look like anything. So what we'll do is we'll shuffle. Seek F. We'll say the amount will be, I guess, like I'll go move 12. Yeah. Seek cursor. So we're just going to move the cursor forward. And what do we have here? It's the same thing. That actually looks like somewhat like normal. So maybe we're shifted by 4. That looks like the car, but it's duplicated. That's strange. That's actually freaking strange. Why would it be duplicated? Okay, let's go 4. Okay, well there's the car. So I'm off by 4. Why am I off by 4? Okay, so I'm here. Wait. Yeah, that's wrong. Whoops. No, wait. No, yeah, that's wrong actually. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's make a 12th one there. I don't know. I don't care. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I don't know what I did wrong. Whatevs. So that's why we're off. So that count was actually the buffer size. Oh, hey, yo, I am alive. All right. Okay, so yeah, apparently, not a lot, dude. Okay, so now we're interested in them polygons. Looks like our cursor stopped after reading the stuff. There's probably a bunch of other stuff in there, but for now, we're not going to care. Like, there's probably texture vertices and stuff. So we actually end about here. I'm probably gonna just jump there to get this kind of done quickly, but I mean, looks like we can just go. We can just go to where it looks like the polygons start. So it looks like the polygons start here. So we'll shuffle down here, which would be, no, it wouldn't be that amount. What the heck? It says DC down there. Okay, so we'll just, after we're done reading this, we'll just whipped up a lingerie variant for my girl's model based off of one of those hoochie ports. Someone ported it to, oh yeah, hoochie. Okay, fuck. I should turn off things when I'm doing videos. Okay, I'm just going to wrap this up. So we're going to go, this isn't complete, but I mean, whatever. All right. Cool. Okay, so we are going to move the cursor DC. So I'm going to use, just going to use a hexadecimal representation. Right. Clicked on it, no shit downloaded. Alright. So now we should be at the face buffer. Now we have to determine if the faces are triangle list or triangle strips. Probably triangle list, I would have to say. So we'll just set up a really simple triangle list thing. So this would be just another for loop. So for I equals 1, 2. We'll just key in a value for now. Let's say 30. We're going to do the following, and we need to make another array. So face array, and of course we're going to feed that into here. And the face array, we're not going to initialize the face array, so we're going to use the append command, and then we're just going to pop those right into there. So we're going to go why am I making this look all so complicated? We'll just do this. So read short f. I guess we'll use unsigned, and then we'll just rinse and repeat that. So okay, so now there's a little bit of a thing, which is for some reason you have to add +1. Yeah, some kind of mathematical thing. Okay, and then that should do it. The reason why you add 1 is because the first one is 0, 0, and in 3ds Max 0, 0 you can't have a 0. So yeah, that's all. So it's a difference in programming base. So I think we should, yeah, we should just work now. So close that, run this, and yeah, so it looks like it's working. So it looks like triangle list. Now, when you have triangle strip, usually there's like FFs in there, and usually you'll see, I guess you won't see this because it's supposed to be a chain, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you get a break, it's supposed to go like FF. But this goes 3 and 3 again, so I think that's, you can still do it with a triangle strip, but I don't think it's that common, and they pop up a lot, so that's why I thought it was triangle list. But it's not really a intelligent way of figuring it out. Now we'll just we'll measure. We'll just do a measurement and see what it was, or how many there are, and we can just read them all in. So I think, yeah, right around here we're going to stop. Probably, because we're using 8B or B3. Do on C's, B8, B9. Maybe ends around here. Okay, so that's 1660. So in decimal, 1660 to hexadecimal, which would be 6C7. And let's see if we have that value somewhere. Nope. Okay, it may be in the header. Yeah, okay, so let's see here. So this was, nope. 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 Okay, I don't really see it in the header, to be honest. We might have the count in the header, so we're going to divide this by 3. And we get... No. I'm doing something stupid. I have to divide this by 2. Because those are bytes. And that's the raw amount of elements in the array. If I divide it by 3, then I'm assuming that's a list. And then that means I'm implying that it's a list. So if I try 276, and that should give me something. Okay. And I stop short of what I need to read. So why did that happen? Oh. Yeah, my math is off here. What's going on? Oh, okay. Fouled that up somehow. Okay, so let's go back up here. Oh, these were hexadecimal values. I screwed that up. Okay, so 166A ish. We'll say it was this, because that's a more elegant number. It was actually 5728. Now that number looked familiar. Anyways, so we're going to divide that by 2, and that's the amount of elements, and then divide by 3, and we get 954. So that number looked familiar. So up here, this is 956. That comes right after the vertex buffer count. So up here, this thing says vertex count. This one is the face count. Yes, okay, so now we can use the face count, which would be header.faceCount. Yes. I can run that, and it is perfect. Awesome. Okay, now, say 3, 2, negative. Okay, am I upside down? Front P. Okay, screw this up. Okay, turn on, or turn that off. Turn these back on. And try that again. Okay, that's good. So that's that little truck thing. Okay, so problem with this, there's no fixed address, or so there's no addresses given in the header. So I cannot guarantee the position of the second buffer. So once we read the first buffer, we get down into the second buffer. If I can find it again. Yes, this was the second buffer. No, this is not the second buffer. Yeah, there it is. Oops. So this is the second buffer, and it's obviously the faces. But I don't know the size between the end and the beginning, because this might be dynamic to some extent, because, for example, this 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 12. So I don't know what 12 means. So I'm just assuming that it's fixed. But let's say, for example, the name token car was changed to I don't know. What's a really long word? Put a long word in there, right? You can see there's a 3 here. So does that mean that this space is dynamic? Because I don't have a second file sample, I cannot verify that, if it's dynamic or if it's, you know, a fixed size. So that means if I load a different file, that the face buffer will most likely miss the mark and then crash and burn. And then below this is what looks like bones stuff. And then I don't know if these are materials or not. I'm not really quite sure what those are. It doesn't look familiar to me. You have to kind of probe around for that. What I like to do is I like to mess around with the files and then put them back in the game, and then see what the effects, like what happens to the model in the game, and that kind of gives me an idea of what that piece of data is. But you don't always have the luxury to kind of poke and prod a file and then play it in the games. Oh, that doesn't always work out. Okay, I am going to move on to something else. Thanks for watching, guys. And again, if you guys are, looking for help or something, please post more than one file sample, maybe 3, one of a small kind of size, a medium size, and a large size. Give a large, a better variety of, differences in the file, so I can spot things that are, maybe static or dynamic or something like that. This stuff is really easy. It's just like a kind of a puzzle game. You can kind of identify with the kind of shapes over time. It becomes super easy. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks for watching, and take care, guys.